The spark of arrogance it began, as all tragedies do, with arrogance. The Vadran Dominion, an empire older than Earth's written history, had grown fat on conquest. Their fleets had razed hundreds of worlds. Their banners hung in the ruins of proud civilizations. Their soldiers swaggered across burned soil as if the galaxy itself bowed to their cruelty. When their warlords first encountered humans, they didn't hesitate. They saw fragile bodies, slower breeding cycles, a species late to the galactic stage. And so, with laughter echoing in their war chambers, the Vadrans struck. The colony of Meridian III, 500,000 settlers, farmers, scientists, children, was erased in a single orbital strike. They didn't even bother to land. From orbit, they painted the night sky in fire, boasting to their own broadcasts, "Let this be Earth's warning. Submit or burn." The screams of civilians were still echoing across emergency channels when the Vadran commander cut the feed, smug in his victory. Mockery of a species, the galaxy watched. Other species, long broken by the Dominion, looked away in pity. The few allies Earth had made whispered of retreat, of surrender. Meanwhile, in the capital of Vadran Prime, generals celebrated. Holograms of Meridian's destruction replayed in banquet halls. Toasts were raised. Songs were written mocking the soft Earthborn. The Dominion believed they had killed not only a colony, but also the myth of human resistance. Earth is civilized, they told themselves. Earth fears war. They hide behind words, treaties, councils. They lack the fury to answer us. The galaxy believed them. They had not studied Earth's history closely enough. Silence before the storm. The Dominion waited for Earth's diplomats to plead for mercy. None came. They expected scattered militias to harass supply lines. None appeared. Instead, there was silence. A silence that stretched day by day into something heavier. Veterans of old wars remembered that silence, the silence predators make when stalking prey. Then came the transmissions, short, cold, absolute. Meridian was the last time. You wanted Earth's attention. You have it. We do not forget. We do not forgive. Across the Sol system, Earth stirred. Massive shipyards lit the void. Dreadnoughts the size of cities rose from their cradles. Engines that had slept for decades roared alive. Soldiers boarded transports in silence, their eyes like steel. The Dominion's laughter faltered, the shattering of suns. The first human strike fell not on a colony, not on a military post, but on the Vadran flagship yards, the heart of their empire. Human fleets arrived in silence, black hulls gliding like executioners through the void. When they fired, entire orbital rings vanished in blinding arcs of light. Vadran warships, centuries old, folded in half like paper before the storm. The humans did not stop to claim territory. They did not land to boast. They annihilated. Precision, ruthless, unrelenting. Stars were blotted out as thousands of human warships arrived in unison. Every broadcast across the Dominion filled with one message. This is Earth's answer. Vadran admirals screamed orders. Fleets scrambled. But it was like hurling stones at a tidal wave. For every ship they launched, 10 more human dreadnoughts arrived. For every fortress they reinforced, Earth unleashed kinetic strikes that turned planets into scarred wastelands. The galaxy, watching in terror, realized the truth. Humanity had always prepared. They had always carried war in their marrow. Retribution unleashed, it was not a war. It was a reckoning. Human fleets spread like wildfires, each moving with chilling coordination. Vadran colonies that had thrived for centuries were silenced in hours. Worlds that had once sent soldiers to burn Earth's children now burned themselves, lit from orbit by precision bombardments. And where humans landed, the vengeance was personal. Marines stormed bunkers with eyes like storms, whispering only one phrase before the killing began. For Meridian. Every human strike carried memory, the memory of Earth's own scars, of Hiroshima, of Dresden, of centuries of wars, where they had learned the language of annihilation. The Dominion had mocked Earth as too civilized. They had not understood. Civilization was only the mask. Behind it, humanity carried the oldest truth of predators. Never attack the den. Empires crumble. The Vadrans called for allies. None answered. The civilizations that had once bowed under Dominion chains now watched silently, terrified that any move would draw humanity's gaze, and in that silence, the warnings began to spread. Survivors of shattered fleets whispered across hidden channels, "Do not fight them. Do not provoke them. Earth's vengeance is infinite." Old enemies of humanity remembered their own defeats. The Karathi, who had tested Earth decades earlier, warned in grim voices, "We told you. They are a death-world species. They do not stop." Every fallen empire added its voice. Stay away from Earth. The final silence it took only 6 months. The Dominion, an empire that had stood for millennia, was gone. Its throne world reduced to ash, its banners ground into dust, its rulers executed in silence. Human fleets did not linger. They did not claim worlds. They did not raise flags. They left only wreckage and whispers. And when it was over, the galaxy was quieter than it had ever been. Survivors spoke in hushed tones, too afraid to say the word Earth aloud. Star systems fell silent when human warships passed. Treaties were rewritten in fear, not respect. For now, humanity returned home. But every admiral, every soldier, every alien who survived knew the truth. Earth had patience, but when patience ended, their vengeance was infinite. The whispered legacy on the ruins of Vadran Prime. A single human transmission played on endless loop, beamed into the void for all who listened. Every fallen empire has warned you. Stay away from Earth. The galaxy listened. And believed, for in the silence after vengeance, the truth was clear. Humanity was not to be